Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. I hope you're all doing okay. So, today we are going to be talking about fear of taking trades in the market, right? So, fear of taking trade is actually one of the things that we encounter as traders, and it is real, right? So, you'll be asking me that why would somebody who is trying to make money be feeling afraid to take a trade, be afraid to take money, right? Now, fear is one of the emotions that begin to come up in our trading often, and it comes up over and over again. And fear is very common. So we have fear of losing, fear of making mistakes, fear of missing out. There are a lot of them, right? Fear of taking trades. Now, you understand that at every point in the market, whenever you're taking a trade, you're assuming risks, right? And to your mind, risk is something that should be avoided, right? Now, in trading, the fear of loss isn't just in your mind, right? It is wired into your brain. This powerful emotions is controlled by what is called the amygdala, right? The amygdala is a part in your brain that is responsible for processing fear and threats, right? Now, there are there are natural inborn instincts in us, right? That will always help us to protect us against danger. Those are inherent things that were built into us, that were put into us by God Himself, right? Something like fear. Fear is an emotion that protects you against danger and against threats. Okay, so when you are in a fearful situation, when you encounter a situation that is fearful, right? Uh, the amygdala is going to respond right into fight or flight, and it is this response that is going to enable you to either attack back, to run away from the situation, or to avoid the situation. Now, since the mind begins to see trading as a threat, okay, this is where the big twist is. So listen, since the mind is seeing trading as a threat, it is going to respond in the same way that it will respond when you are under natural threat or when you're under natural danger. It is going to respond in fight or flight. Okay. Now, if you have, we are talking about fear of taking trades today, and most often the reason why people feel afraid to take trades, and with those that I have worked with, right, it is because they have taken a series of losses, and after taking a series of losses, they find themselves being unable. Even though they want to take that trade, you still find yourself being unable to take that trade. So, why is it that you're unable to take that trade? It is crucial for you to understand at the beginning what emotions do to your trading, all right? It is crucial for you to understand because emotions are built to help us to evolve as a human being, as a species, right? But when you bring when you bring those emotions and when you bring that mind into trading, it is working totally against you, right? Now, when you experience a loss, the amygdala is going to register it immediately. Why? Because it is the amygdala's job, right, to register every threat, every danger, every risky situation, every pain, right, and every mistake that you do in life, so that it keeps you from making that same mistake again. So once you take a loss in the market over and over, right, once you make a mistake, the amygdala is going to immediately register that into your subconscious mind, right? It is going to register it. The amygdala is going to register it, and it is going to do everything possible, right, in its power to prevent you from making that same mistake again. That is why you're feeling fearful to take a trade, even though you want to take that trade. You see a good setup after taking a series of losses, right? You're feeling very afraid. So I remember I told you one time that one guy came to the office and he was asking me, and he said, I said, I cannot really, I'm feeling so afraid to take a trade, right? So after taking a series of losses in the market, he goes back, and for him to take a trade again, it is very difficult for him to take a trade. And he, even though he wants to take the trade, even though you want to take that trade, you're feeling very scared, right? You're feeling very scared of taking that trade. It is because subconsciously that pattern has already been registered, right? It has already been registered, and your mind, the amygdala, is going to keep you, is going to do whatever thing that is possible for it to keep you away from encountering that particular situation again, right? That particular situation, that particular risky situation that you once put yourself into. So to trading, to what a lot of people don't understand is that to your mind, right, trading is the most difficult and the most, or the worst nightmare that you can ever ask your mind to do. Okay. Now, because when you bring in that mind, I explained to you guys yesterday that you're bringing in a mind that has been programmed to work in a different field, and you're bringing in that mind to work in something else. And so you need to retrain that mind to suit the new environment, or else you will know all the technical analysis, right? You will know all the strategies in the world. But at the end of the day, you find yourself still making some mistakes that maybe you told yourself you are not going to be making those mistakes again. So first things first is you having knowledge about all of these. In solution, in problem solving, right? The first thing that we do is that we first of all recognize what the problem is. Okay, what is the problem that I am dealing with? So once you know the problem that you are dealing with and you accept the problem, it is from you accepting the problem that you will be able to look out for solutions. Now, you will have your solutions, but at the core of it, at the most difficult part of it, you will realize that it is not about you having the solution, right? It is about you implementing it. So it is always easier said than done. So I'm talking about all of these things and I'm smiling because it is something that you are going to, you need to work on it over and over again. It is not something that when you hear it for the first time, it is going to change, right? When you hear these things for the first time, it is going to feel like everything is going to change. But the truth is that everything will not change overnight. You're dealing with something that has been built into you for centuries, right? Now, it is built right deep into your DNA. So you need to start rewiring it, reprogramming it so that it works differently. Now, interestingly, we share this ancient brain structure with reptiles, right? The amygdala is one of the oldest parts of our brains, right? It is one of the oldest parts of our brain, like evolutionary speaking, right? And which means our reactions to losses in trading are deeply and hardwired for survival. Remember that what the mind does is that the mind has been built to take care of you. It has been built for survival in the short run. So in the short run, the mind will do everything possible for you to survive. That is why you find yourself jumping out of trades. Talking about trading, right? Talking about trading. It does not only apply to trading, it applies to a lot of things in our daily lives, right? It applies to a lot of things in our daily lives. The mind has been hardwired to survive in to survival, right? So what it does is that it helps you in survival. It does not think about probability. It does not think about the long term, right? And so the amygdala is always going to be there, and since it is hardwired to help you in your survival, it is always going to do what it has to do in that moment to make sure that you survive at that very moment, right? So even if it means doing some things that are going to affect you later on, right? Even if it means doing something that is going to affect you later on, like it causing you. So when you sit on your chart, right, and you're trading, you feel like you are the one consciously thinking, right? But once you get into that moment of uncertainty and of risk, right, immediately, bam, right, the subconscious mind or the emotional mind takes up, right? Especially after you have experienced a series of losses or some painful situation in the market, right? So immediately the emotional mind takes over and you think that you're the one trading, at the end of the day, you already realize that you did some things that you were not supposed to do, right? You did some things that you knew that you were not supposed to do, but you still did them. You only realize those things after. Now, but understanding this fear response is the first step to mastering it. Okay. Now, the key to everything, the key to overcoming fear in trading, right? The key to overcoming this in trading is by you accepting it. Okay. It is by you accepting it. In the comment section, I am going to leave a well-rounded write-up, right? That is going to show you what causes this fear, how it affects your trading, and how you can better deal with it. Okay, and for those who are not in our Telegram channel, all right, please make sure to join our Telegram channel, because we have a lot of information and we have a lot of things that we share there to better your trading. And if you don't have an account with Exness, then please make sure to create your trading account. It is the best broker for you to use for your trading activities, right? So I was saying that for you to overcome this fear, or for you to overcome, since we are talking about fear today, right? We're talking about fear of taking a trade, especially after having a series of losses in the market, right? Now, for you to overcome this fear is for you to first of all recognize that it is there, and for you to start mastering it. Now, it is going to take you time. It takes us time to do this. It has taken us centuries for us to develop this mind. So it is going to take us time for us to retrain the mind, right? It is going to take us time. So the first thing is, first of all, accepting that possibility, or accepting that fear in trading. So once you accept that fear, it begins to dissolve. So once you accept something, it begins to dissolve. That is why acceptance is the first step that you need to do, that you need to take in your trading, right? Accepting that there is always a possibility of you taking a loss in the market. So instead of you trying to run away from it, instead of you trying to run away from this fear, by you avoiding taking trades in the market, you need to embrace it, right? So you cannot transcend anything that you don't embrace. So it is just by you embracing this fear, right? Embracing the possibility of loss, embracing uncertainty, embracing risks, accepting it down to the core, that you are able to get past fear of losing or fear of taking trades in the market. So if you have enjoyed this video so far, if you have enjoyed what we have said, and if this is your first time hearing about something like this, make sure to join our Telegram channel so that you begin to learn a lot about how the human mind works and how it works against you in your trading performance, right? And if you have enjoyed it, please make sure to like, make sure to share, make sure to comment on it. Make sure to comment what video you would like us to do any talk on, right? So may God continue to bless you all, and may God continue to guide your journey. May the trading gods continue to bless and provide for every step of your journey. Bye bye.